Viking hails from Sweden. It's Amon Amarth time. Bearded Vikings with their axes, muscles, beer, and pillaged lands. Amon Amarth is back with the 11th album, much anticipated by the more, say, mainstreamish audience. Not so much maybe underground audience, but here we have it. Berserker, an album made by those almost 30 years of existence of band from Sweden, and now we have here it for review. Now, quite interesting design of a not digipack itself because no jewel case included, but kind of a digi sleeve of a release, including a lineup picture here and some sentiment, comment from this Viking saga. Then what we have here is obviously the CD. By the way, it should go inside the different sleeve right there. Mistakenly put there by myself in the wrong box. And then we have obviously the booklet, which shows you this kind of a reminding me of computer generated image of a Viking warrior berserker. Now moving, to bigger labels is not sometimes a bad thing. It's often not, because it gives many bands, more room to move, better access to create tours, release albums and whatnot. But I'm sorry to say that being a long time Amon Amarth fan, I don't think Amon Amarth has the magic anymore. Now, I started to like the band around 1996 when they barely had this MCD out, Sorrow Throughout the Nine Worlds. And from that, I started to move to their debut album, which I, by the way, featured a few months ago on these classic reviews. And from that, I kind of just figured out, hey, I like Vikings, I like melodic stuff, I like rolling vocals, kind of like melodic death metal with Viking themes. Like, what could go wrong? And for many years, it didn't. I liked almost everything Amon Amarth put out. Until recent years, I don't know what has started to go wrong, because it seems like it's not the same band anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. Amon Amarth still knows how to create those catchy melodies, how to include and incorporate the kind of a rolling vocals, create this good production with their professional colleagues and whatever. But some magic has disappeared. And I don't know. It seems like the band has gone more to a melodic metal in the vein of, In Flames and the like during the 90s. Not so much what they were doing with Amon Amarth during the 90s. That is this strong, powerful, catchy Viking melodic death metal. Now it seems it's like lighter. As if the metal essence had vaporized or just vanished drip by drip, and what is left here is like a diluted version of Amon Amarth. Not so catchy, not so heavy, not so brutal. Maybe Viking who just, changed his bloody axe to some kitchen instrument instead. That's how I feel. Also, by the way, while this is a nice looking release, it's far from being these kind of special book thingies. So it seems like they have taken a sidestep. To me, this is kind of like a combination of this kind of a melodic British heavy metal in the vein of late Iron Maiden meeting that In Flames, and not so much Amon Amarth anymore. So will this appeal to older fans? In my case, nope. As much as I tried to get into this almost 60 minutes of an album, I just felt like this is like an Amon Amarth copycat band trying to get the same idea of melodies. But then again, it kind of struck me. This is actually the same thing that actually happened to Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden just, made killer albums back in the 80s. And then came the 90s and the band started to, lose the grasp. And by the 2000 something, it didn't really feel the same way. I mean, compared Book of Souls to the 80s Iron Maiden albums, and get the idea.
And to me, it seems like Amon Amarth has done pretty much the same. Not so many years, not so much getting diluted, but still the feeling, the general idea is the same. So while I kind of like what they're doing still with Berserker, it just doesn't feel the same. It's not as powerful as it used to be, not as catchy. Maybe the guys are getting old, maybe they are rusty, maybe they just, used all their best melodies. Or maybe they just wanted to, shift in their music, and with the shift, they kind of lost the magic. Or at least I am not the target group anymore. I didn't know. So for me, Berserker is a slight disappointment. It's not a bad one. It's better than mediocre one in overall. But is it a good one? Nope. Unfortunately, no. So kind of a decent album with little Amon Amarth magic still in it, but not the same way as it used to be. Sorry for that, guys. But let's hope it works for you. So you get out the samples, you check out the songs or whatever you do if you are a Monomath fan and you decide for yourself. Thank you for watching and see you soon with more Rauta reviews.